Have you ever wondered if some of the foods sitting in your kitchen right now could be quietly making blood sugar control more difficult? Many people living with type 2 diabetes focus on taking their medications and checking their blood sugar. But they may not realize that certain everyday foods can trigger blood sugar spikes, increase insulin resistance, and even raise the risk of complications such as heart disease, nerve damage, and kidney problems. The good news is that understanding which foods to limit or avoid can make a huge difference. In today's video, we're counting down 10 foods that people with type 2 diabetes should be careful with and why these foods can create challenges for blood sugar control. Make sure you stay until the end because the final food on this list is often considered healthy, yet it can still send blood sugar levels soaring when consumed too often. And if you're interested in healthy aging, nutrition, and diabetes-friendly lifestyle tips, take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss future health updates. Let's get started. Food number 1: sugary foods, a chocolate cake, candy, donuts, and sugary soda beside a blood glucose monitor showing elevated blood sugar. Sugary foods such as candy, cakes, pastries, cookies, and soft drinks are among the biggest challenges for people living with diabetes. These foods contain large amounts of rapidly absorbed sugars that enter the bloodstream quickly. When this happens, blood sugar can rise dramatically in a short period of time. Over time, frequent spikes may make it harder for the body to manage glucose effectively. What many people don't realize is that sugary foods often provide plenty of calories but very little nutrition. They typically lack fiber, protein, vitamins, and minerals that help slow digestion and stabilize blood sugar. An important fact many people overlook is that repeatedly exposing the body to high blood sugar can contribute to damage in blood vessels over the years, increasing the risk of heart disease and other complications. Instead of reaching for candy or cake, consider choosing whole fruits in sensible portions. The fiber in fruit helps slow sugar absorption and may support better blood sugar management. Before we move to the next food, let us know in the comments which sugary treat would be the hardest for you to give up. Food number 2: fruit juice. Many people assume fruit juice is healthy because it comes from fruit. However, for people with diabetes, fruit juice can be surprisingly problematic. The reason is simple. When fruit is turned into juice, much of the fiber is removed. Fiber helps slow down the release of sugar into the bloodstream. Without that fiber, the natural sugars become concentrated, allowing blood sugar to rise much faster than when eating the whole fruit. Here's something interesting. It can take several oranges to make one glass of orange juice. Drinking that glass may deliver the sugar from multiple oranges in just a few minutes. A whole orange, on the other hand, takes longer to eat, provides fiber, and helps create a feeling of fullness. If you're enjoying this information so far, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. It helps us continue bringing evidence-based health content to you. Food number 3: dried fruit. Dried fruit may seem like a healthy snack, and in some ways it is more nutritious than candy. However, people with diabetes need to pay close attention to portion sizes. When fruit is dried, most of its water is removed. This makes the sugars more concentrated. For example, a small handful of raisins can contain the same amount of sugar found in a much larger serving of grapes. Because dried fruit is compact and easy to eat quickly, many people consume far more than they realize. One useful tip is to compare volume. A cup of grapes feels substantial, while the same amount of sugar from raisins can fit into a much smaller serving. This is why whole fruit is usually a better option for blood sugar control. Food number 4: white bread, white rice, and regular pasta. Refined carbohydrates are among the most common foods that can cause blood sugar spikes. White bread, white rice, and regular pasta have had much of their fiber removed during processing. Without that fiber, these foods are broken down quickly into glucose. The result is a faster rise in blood sugar compared to whole grain alternatives. An important fact many people don't know is that whole grains contain additional nutrients and fiber that may help support better blood sugar management and longer-lasting fullness. Swapping white rice for brown rice or replacing white bread with whole grain bread may seem like a small change. But over time, these adjustments can add up significantly. Food number 5: full-fat dairy products. Many dairy foods provide important nutrients such as calcium and protein. The concern arises when these products contain large amounts of saturated fat. Examples include full-fat ice cream, cream cheese, heavy cream, and certain full-fat cheeses. Research suggests that diets high in saturated fat may contribute to insulin resistance in some individuals. Insulin resistance means the body's cells do not respond to insulin as effectively, making blood sugar management more difficult. One thing many viewers may find surprising is that reducing saturated fat intake can support not only blood sugar goals but also heart health. Since people with diabetes already face a higher risk of cardiovascular disease, protecting heart health becomes especially important. Food number 6. Fatty cuts of meat, pie. Fatty meats such as bacon, sausage, hot dogs, and heavily marbled beef contain significant amounts of saturated fat. These foods may contribute to inflammation and elevated cholesterol levels over time. Heart disease remains one of the leading health concerns for people with diabetes. This means dietary choices affect more than blood sugar alone. A powerful strategy is replacing some processed meats with lean proteins such as skinless chicken, turkey, fish, or beans. Interesting fact: even modest dietary improvements can have meaningful effects when practiced consistently over months and years. If you're learning something new today, remember to subscribe and share this video with someone who may benefit from these health tips. Food number 7. Packaged snacks and baked goods. Packaged snacks often combine several ingredients that can challenge blood sugar management. Many contain refined flour, added sugars, unhealthy fats, excess sodium, and highly processed ingredients. Because these foods are engineered to taste appealing, it's easy to consume large portions without feeling satisfied. This can lead to excess calorie intake and blood sugar fluctuations. One little-known fact is that some products labeled as having zero trans fat may still contain very small amounts per serving. Reading ingredient labels can help you make more informed decisions. Choosing nuts, vegetables, or other minimally processed snacks can often provide more nutrition and better blood sugar stability. Food number 8. Fried foods. Fried foods are popular because of their taste and texture, but they often contain large amounts of calories and unhealthy fats. Many fried foods absorb oil during cooking, increasing their calorie content significantly. For people with diabetes, excess calories can contribute to weight gain, which may worsen insulin resistance. Here's something worth remembering. Foods high in both refined carbohydrates and fat can be particularly challenging because they may keep blood sugar elevated for longer periods. Fortunately, there are alternatives. Air frying, baking, roasting, or grilling can create delicious meals with much less added fat. Small cooking changes can make a major difference over time. Food number 9. Alcoholic drinks. Alcohol can affect blood sugar in complex ways. Some alcoholic beverages contain significant amounts of sugar, especially sweet cocktails and mixed drinks. Alcohol can also interact with certain diabetes medications. In some cases, drinking alcohol without eating enough food may increase the risk of low blood sugar. Many people are surprised to learn that symptoms of low blood sugar can sometimes resemble signs of intoxication, making it harder to recognize what's happening. Anyone living with diabetes should discuss alcohol consumption with their healthcare provider to understand what is appropriate for their situation. Food number 10. Honey, maple syrup, and other natural sweeteners. The final food on our list surprises many people. Because honey and maple syrup are natural, some individuals assume they are safe alternatives to sugar. While these sweeteners may contain trace nutrients, they still provide sugar that can raise blood glucose levels. Your body ultimately breaks them down into forms of sugar that affect blood sugar management. This doesn't mean they can never be consumed, but it does mean they should be used carefully and in moderation. Finally, the key lesson is that natural does not automatically mean blood sugar friendly. Healthy adults preparing balanced meals with vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins. The goal of diabetes management is not perfection. It's about making consistent choices that support healthier blood sugar levels over time. By limiting sugary foods, fruit juice, dried fruit, refined carbohydrates, full-fat dairy, fatty meats, packaged snacks, fried foods, excessive alcohol, and concentrated sweeteners, you can create a more diabetes-friendly eating pattern. Remember, Small changes practiced consistently often produce bigger results than dramatic changes that are difficult to maintain. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share it with friends or family members who are working to manage their blood sugar. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.